Good morning, everyone. Today we will discuss about conservatism after 1815. As we have discussed about the Napoleon period, the defeat of Napoleon in 1815, that is, European governments were driven by a spirit of conservatism. But what is conservatism? Conservatives, they favored to preserve the established traditional institutions of state and society like monarchy, church, social hierarchies, property, and family. There were some who did not want to adopt the pre revolutionary system. Rather, they favored Napoleonic changes and wanted to adopt modernizations as it would rather contribute to strengthen traditional institutions and state power and make it much more effective. Conservatives began to believe that aristocratic monarchies of Europe too would be strengthened from a modern army, an efficient bureaucracy, a dynamic economy, and the evolution of feudalism and serfdom. In 1815, representatives of European powers, Britain, Russia, Prussia, and Austria, who had collectively defeated Napoleon, they met at Vienna to draw up a settlement for Europe. And this Congress was hosted by Austrian Chancellor Duke Metternich. It is also called Vienna Congress in 1815. And the following changes were brought by the Vienna Treaty. That is, the Bourbon dynasty, deposed during the French Revolution, was put back in power because they wanted the traditional system, monarchical system. So due to this, they want return of autocratic regimes. The territories annexed by Napoleon were taken back from France to prevent any future expansion of France. A series of states were set up on French boundaries. Kingdoms of Netherlands, including Belgium, came up in the north, while Genoa, along with the Piedmont, placed in the south. Along with Saxony, some new territories were given to Prussia on its western frontiers. Austria got the control of northern Italy, and Russia got the control of Poland. But revolutionaries were not satisfied with these systems. They wanted changes in the conservative regimes in Europe after 1815. Now we'll discuss about the reasons that led to the rise of revolutionaries after the establishment of conservative regimes in Europe in 1815. During the years following 1815, the conservative regimes began curbing activities that questioned the legitimacy of the autocratic governments in Europe. Criticism and dissent was not tolerated. Censorship was imposed to control the spread of ideas like liberty and freedom. Freedom of expression was curbed as thinkers were not allowed to raise their views. So the liberal nationalists, inspired by French Revolution, began to carry their opposition secretly and formed secret societies to spread the ideas of nationalism and train the revolutionaries. To be revolutionary at this time means a commitment to oppose the monarchical forms that had been established after the Vienna Congress and to fight for liberty and freedom. Whenever we are talking about the revolutionaries' ideas, they have totally opposed the ideas of conservatives and wanted to fight for freedom and liberty. And most of these revolutionaries also saw the creation of nation states as a necessary part of this struggle for freedom. Now we'll discuss about one such individual, which was related with the Italian revolutionary Giuseppe Mazzini. He was born in Geneva in 1807 and was a member of the secret society of Carbonari. In 1831, at the age of 24, he was sent to exile for attempting a revolution in Liguria. There, he founded underground societies named Young Italy in Marseilles and Young Europe in Bern, whose members were like-minded young men from Poland, France, Italy, and the German states. He believed that God has intended nations to be the natural units of mankind. He opposed monarchy and supported the vision of democratic republic. So, Italy could not continue to be a patchwork of small states and kingdoms. It had to be forced into a single unified republic within a wider alliance of nations. This unification alone could be the basis of Italian liberty. Following his model, secret societies were set up in Germany, in France, Switzerland, and Poland. His efforts, that is, opposition to monarchy, his vision of democratic republics, frightened the conservatives. And that's why Metternich described Mazzini as the most dangerous enemy of the social order.